Hello everyone, Ken and Loy here, back with more Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet, and last time we fought two harder versions of the, more, what would I call the more interesting of the new bosses. They were the upgraded version of the one from the Bridge of Hope, and the one that was at the end of the Institute Ruins. So, let's give these materials back to Lievre and see what she says about them. And having Lievre in town? What is this? And so we get the resurrection gadget and then also the Sachi's outfit from that. She seems overly happy about this. And she says that she doesn't care about us.
Sachi. Arigato. ¿Junbi wa ii?
Oh, come on, Lievre being a party pooper. Come with us. You're invited too.
Konnichiwa.
Well, no, we were kind of more focused on getting Sachi back at the moment. Looking for me? I don't know why that would be. Zaliska of all people telling us that? I don't know. Interesting. Ooh, okay. I need some materials for Sachi's maintenance. Sachi has maintenance? Okay. Could you pick them up for me? But don't misunderstand. You owe me one. Okay. It says, from this we get the Radiant Reindeer outfit, which is the variation to Sachi's outfit. And then transformation chips, which are surprisingly extremely cheap if you just buy them with credits, so that's not much. We get Snowstorm Queen Spear, Freeze Wave Device. So I would say this. If you're going for these materials, pick whatever group for, I would say the Nifta one, go after that first, and then choose whoever you want for these materials for the Snowstorm Queen, because she seems to be a whole lot easier, or at least she's less tanky, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I personally like Sachi's outfit more than the reindeer one, personally. So, I mean, I'm probably going to do that quest at some point, but it isn't going to be super high priority. So let's see what Yuna wants.
Ne.
Well, why not? Hmm.
も
ダメだ。
う、お願いね。
用意はいいか。
Okay then. That's honestly kind of random. So I'm pretty sure that this is where you get Yuna's yeah, you get Yuna's outfit. Also, you get skill free shot 1. I honestly don't think that is all that useful of a skill, personally. I mean, obviously I don't have it yet, so I'm not 100% sure what all it works on, but from the look of it, it only makes it so that enemies can't use skills, but I think it only applies to player enemies, which I personally find player enemies to be not as difficult as like the bosses, for an example, anyway, so I'm not... I personally don't think I would use it. So it seems I might have a stalker. Would you help Eiji investigate the situation for a bit? So we also see Yuna in town here, well, outside of the lobby, and not in the usual spot, which is in like the center of town there. So let's see what all we need to do for this. And there's actually, it's nighttime again. Yeah, I really think that if you play this on normal mode, it doesn't change. I don't think it changes times of day for some reason. Not sure what the deal is there. Oh, it's that one character. I actually saw this character in one of the squadron areas in town, so I guess that makes sense.
Oi! やめろ。
なんで？
Well, okay then.
発見。食りつける。終わりだ。
いい感じだよ。
アスナ、
Well,
嬉しい
that
な。
was quick.
君、ガンガン行くわよ。
Okay.
あのさ、ガンガン行くわよ。
What did she even give me?
しっかり。
I think she gave me a serious
サポートするね。アスナちゃん、もっと頑張るんだか
a
ら。
report back to Yuna. Alright. That was ridiculously quick.
サポートするね。
I mean, I'll take it. She seems overly happy about that. Eiji's right.
ありがとう。
ありがとう。そこのやつ出てこい。
おっと、もう気づかれるとは。さすがオーディナルスケールでランク2だっただけのことはあるね。
Also, ordinal scale did, according to this timeline, happen at some point. Interesting. That kind of makes me a little bit disappointed just because I think if done right, a game based on ordinal scale would be kind of cool. But it would have to be done it would have to be done in a very certain way in order for it to be really enjoyable though, so I don't know. But Itsuki's back.
何の用だ。喧嘩を売っているなら。
いや、僕が興味を持っているのは AI ユナだ。今日は一緒じゃないのか。
なぜユナのことを。
とある人に頼まれてね。経過を見に来たんだよ。
Ooh, the plot thickens.
ユナを心配している誰かさ。彼はユナが自己同一性を保てる場所を探していてね。僕が GGO を紹介したんだよ。
重村教授のことか。お前は一体。
僕？そうだな。誰かの友達だったこともあるし、魔王だったこともあるよ。今はただの何者でもないつまらない人間さ。少なくとも今のところはね。あの時僕らの GM 権限を停止したより高位の権限を持つ存在、あれを契機にザ・シードネクサスの干渉が増している。いろいろなものがこの GGO に流入しつつあるんだ。例えば幽霊とかね。
キリトのあの NPC のことか。
君のユナの様子からある程度ザ・シードネクサスの動向を探れるかもと思ったんだけど。ま、次は合わせてくれよ。
待て、お前の目的は。
そう急ぐなよエイジ。すぐにまた会うことになるさ。休暇が終わったら仕事に戻らなきゃならないからね。
Title, A New Beginning. Hey, it's been a while. I heard what you've been doing, so I wanted to get in touch. I'm glad that you're still being you. I talk to you in my dreams, but for some reason it doesn't make me happy. I have this urge to just forget everything and go see the real you. I want to see if we still have a connection. Crazy, right? Oh, you may have been wondering what I've been up to. I was asked to look into Seed Nexus, among other things. I don't want to drag you into this, so I won't be able to see you right now, but I'd like for you to tell me about that promise one day. I'm looking forward to it. I will say though that I'm really liking, I mean it's such a simple change, but for some reason I really like Itsuki in the darker colors. If you would like to play the story from the beginning, you can press enter near your bed at any time to rewind time. So I guess that is the end of Dissonance of the Nexus, I suppose? I mean, from the look of it. Also, in the, I think it was April update, they said that that cutscene is viewable when we look at Itsuki here. Yeah, Dissonance of the Nexus Epilogue 1 and 2. And they did similar things with Yui. You can rewatch one of the endings for one of the first 3 DLCs that pop up under Yui's cutscenes for some reason. I'm kind of surprised they don't have one for like the ones like with Lievre at the end of this. Kind of surprised that that isn't reviewable or something, but oh well. So let's look at the new gadgets and skills that we got here. So Resuscitation Kit creates a special field around you that revives fallen allies, and it has a recharge base time of 180 seconds. Wow. I would say that that is useful, but having high intelligence or like some accessory that lowers the recharge time would be a good idea if you have this equipped. Another thing is if you use the handgun like me for the ability boost, that will also recharge that faster. So all in all, it's it's a lot, in my opinion, it's a lot more interesting than the Sinister Mine, because the Sinister Mine, all it does is inflict suppression, and I just don't think that is worth. I mean, I would rather have stun build up over suppression typically, so all in all, that's a pretty good gadget. I'm personally not going to use it because I'm not like a full-blown healer, but at the same time I don't really use the flashbang very much, so I could probably put it there if I wanted. So the I don't know if I showed this, but this is Cyclone. Charge forward with your sword and unleash a cleaving attack on surrounding enemies. That just hits like a cone. Well, it pretty much does very similar to horizontal square. It only hits. It doesn't hit as often though, I don't think. As many hits in one go, I should say. So the freeze skill shot, where is that? Allows you to fire a bullet that prevents enemies from using skills. Enemies hit by this are less likely to target you. Okay. Now that right there makes it actually useful. In my opinion anyway. The tranquilizer shot, if I can find it. It's somewhere in here. The tranquilizer shot makes it so that enemies are less likely to target you. It only has a recharge time of 10 seconds rather than 40. So that is, I mean, that is quite significant. But like the fact that you can get prevents enemies from using skills, I'm not sure if that works on anything other than player enemies, but it has that double effect, and I really like that about this skill. I personally am probably not going to use it, but I think that that is, I mean, it's a good skill to have. So I think that is pretty much everything. Ooh, there's some mail. From Korea. I just wanted to say thank you, Razarin Vortro, so much. The old me would have been focused so much on improving that she would have overlooked a lot. Her goals, her feelings, who knows what else. But I feel like myself again thanks to you, and I'm enjoying GGO a lot more because of it. I think I understand how Itsuki feels. Sometimes we just get so wrapped up in our own thoughts that we lose sight of all else. So don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I know that now more than ever we need each other. Honestly, I definitely agree with that statement. Many things in life, it does seem like you can be too focused on one thing and then lose sight of other things. So I definitely have had experience with that. And Zaliska. That was something else. You popped in my head earlier. I'm glad I had someone as trustworthy as you by my side for that whole ideal. More importantly, I'm glad I stuck with you after finding out who I really am. I would say out of all the characters, that kinda seems a bit off, but okay. You're a bit unusual, if you don't mind me saying so. You're decisive and hardworking, and part of me knows that I shouldn't have let you out in my sight. Remember how we all talked that we should meet up in real life? I don't normally make promises like that. There's something about you, though, that opens people up. In fact, that's probably why Itsuki set up the death game to get to you. Given what drove him to do... that seems a bit oddly structured, I think. Given what you drove him... Oh, okay. Given what you drove him to do, you would better use the power of your charms responsibly. I'm definitely keeping an eye on you. Okay, that's interesting. And now we can use Sachi now. And Lievre, if we want inside of Distance of the Nexus. Okay. So is there any more mail here? It doesn't look like it. I mean, I honestly wasn't expecting that mail. It was good though. Definitely. Oh, and Yuna's request too, and that's how you get the songstress design F. So it says, do you remember my stalker? Well, there's another sighting. Please find and punish this person before Eiji does something truly terrible. So yeah, that's how you get that other design and a bunch of materials. And considering how easy she was before, yeah, that is very interesting. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that. But first, before I end this off, I'm gonna see what they expect me to grind in order to get some of these outfits that I have unlocked here. So I'm not sure how to get the school outfits yet. Yeah, I don't know. So for the chick dress, they want you to get the Snowstorm Queen wing panel, which I have plenty of those because I was farming that. And Monster Bloodstones, those are a bit rare. So I mean, not anything too much. And then there's this old ultralight armor. I think that costs like 1 million credits each or something. And then the quadruped leg part. Let me see this. Ooh. So if I want the Moonlit Cat outfit, I need to grind that harder version of the Freezing Menace. That is going to be something. They seriously don't have any quests in order to... Yeah, because that's how you get those two, unless there's like a request after those two that also gives you stuff. I'm not sure how to get the school outfits. Also, because the choosing your difficulty thing for some of the stuff, I'm probably gonna have to redo parts of Distance of the Nexus, or just do it on Tia's profile of getting that different Sevens outfit. So I mean, there's that as well. So, from the look of it, that is the end of Distance of the Nexus, or at least as far as I'm aware. And I'm just trying to look to see if there's anything that I somehow missed. Because there's also one thing in the extended gallery. Yeah, there's something here. So does that mean that is in the third DLC somehow? Or am I missing something? I don't get it. So I'm just gonna peek into the office before I give my final thoughts on this DLC, and Yuna is no longer in the spot. Okay. I mean, that's pretty much what I figured, but... Okay. So, I'm not 100% sure where you get those outfits, unless they're like within like the Bullet of Bullets simulator or something. But it does say that it only gives credits though, well, and weapons drop from the enemies. So I'm not 100% sure how to get the school uniform, and at some point I'm probably going to have to look it up, unless I just come across it. So, final thoughts on the Dissonance of the Nexus. First of all, I would say that I absolutely loved this DLC, as from... I mean, I haven't done the extreme missions yet. I guess that's technically post this DLC, but... as a whole, I really loved this DLC. And this is kind of one of those things where, surprisingly enough, I wasn't... after thinking about it, after a long time, me continuing this series, it just felt like, at times, maybe I shouldn't have. Or something along those lines, simply because... I didn't think that... I didn't think as a whole I did as well as I could have on many things, but also it was so much drastically different from what I've done before. But me seeing this and my first reactions to stuff, going from the main story to the DLCs, like, I really see a difference between the main story and the DLC story, and I really feel like not only, well, first of all, we only got 2 dungeons as far as I could tell. Well, I mean, I guess technically 3 if you count SBC Abend as a separate dungeon, but those dungeons, we only got 2 of them instead of, I don't know, like 3 or 4 as they could have had, but I thought they were so much higher quality and interesting compared to some of the other dungeons that it really made me think that, well, what if for some of these they focus on making as high quality of dungeons as they could and having fewer of them, and I really mean that when I really enjoyed these dungeons. I think that for the most part they had a pretty good balance of difficulty overall, and they also, or at least the Icicle Prison, I think, they introduced that unique mechanic of only activating certain of the orbs, or whatever you want to call them, switches. That was very interesting, and I think that they incorporated that very well. As soon as you figure how they work, that was really nice. The Ruins Institute, though, it wasn't so much of having new mechanics, but the level design, it just felt like it flowed really well. And, I mean, most of the dungeons before, I didn't mind them. I thought they were fine, like through the main story and everything. But there were a few dungeons that I noticed that literally looked like they were just copy and pasted in some regards, of either, like, it felt like it was copying another dungeon except you going through it like the opposite way or something, without really doing anything interesting with it. With these felt completely new and fresh, and they were really well done in that regard. And I absolutely loved the 2 new bosses that they added. The Snow Queen, and the Freezing Menace wasn't as interesting as the Snow Queen, in my opinion, in both design and actions, but with having using his attacks in order to block his death laser beam, I thought that was pretty cool. And also, they didn't have... Their weak points weren't super tiny either. Like with the Malachi bosses, since they're human-sized for the most part, hitting their head just right in order to get the weak point damage was kind of frustrating, especially while they were moving. But with these, like, I think they struck a really good balance of making them interesting and difficult at the same time. So, some things that I did notice that kind of bugged me, though, were that they definitely reused a lot of bosses from the previous, well, at least the Elemental Lord from the first 3 DLCs, and then bosses from the main game. And considering how much more I enjoyed the newer ones, I don't mind as much as I would otherwise, but for sure you have to fight like Ghostfet or whatever it's called, like 3 times minimum. You have to fight the Elemental Lord, I think, 3 times, and I don't know. I just thought that it would have been nice if they had a lot more newer bosses, even if they were minor and not as interesting as the new ones that they came up with. So another thing is that I noticed that they pretty much reused like every boss that they have created in the field of the White Frontier. They pretty much just plopped them around so you can get higher level versions of whatever they drop normally. And I didn't really mind that so much, like within the field, because they were pretty much all dungeon bosses, and then putting them out in the field, like, it didn't really seem as bad, I guess. But yeah, like, especially with the dungeons, like, fighting certain bosses, like, multiple times, it's like, if you're gonna reuse bosses, like, what if they, instead of using Ghostvet 3 times, like, what if they swapped out one of those for, like, the piercing eyes that I remember, or, you know, stuff along those lines that I think could have been done a lot better. The new weapons, I really enjoy the new weapons. I think that they are a great addition, and they feel really, really well done. They're really well done in that they feel unique compared to any other gun that we've had pretty much before. The Crimson Roar, I didn't really care for that for the most part, but it is probably the best weapon against the tanks. The Ordinal Ray feels really good. Like, you get super long range, but you compensate. It's balanced with having lower damage normally with per shot, and then the revolver was pretty good. I mean, a lot better than I was expecting it would be. And, you know, stuff like that. So, all in all, I absolutely love this DLC, and I'm glad that I stick with... I mean, I think I would have stuck with this game anyway, but sticking with recording it, because it just feels like the improvements that they've made since the main game, I really feel that, all in all, the main game was rushed. From what I can tell, especially compared to, like, the Bullet Simulator. When I did that, it's like, if they would have waited 3 months or whatever that it took them to put that in, 3 to 6 months to put that in, and put that into the Death Gun scenario especially, that would have made that scenario so much better. And I thought they did a good job with that, simulating that. And then, you know, all of the features that they added, you know, all the new outfits is pretty cool, and all that. I think they've made a lot of improvements to this game, and I think that, I don't know how many more updates they're going to do for this game, or if the winter update is going to be the last update, or what. If they do ever make a second Fatal Bullet based game, I think they should definitely take notes of, you know, how much, like, certain things that they did so much better later on, and then expand upon that even more. And I do know that the next game is based on the 3rd season. It's called, like, Alicization Lucarius, however you say that. So that's going to be another sword-based one, but I mean, if they decide to go back to GGO after that game, definitely I hope that they take notes of what they improved upon. So yeah, all in all, I really enjoyed it, and at the same time, I'm kind of sad that it took so long, with me going for the true ending first, that it took so long for me to finally get to this DLC. But at the same time, it made it so that I think I enjoyed it more since I did that at the same time, so I don't know. But also, I would say that some of the character introductions or scenarios, like Yuna having a stalker, I mean, even though that you can find that NPC, or I guess quote-unquote player, in-game, it just kind of felt weird that it just was just plopped on, like, just as to have a quest in order to get her outfit, you know, that sort of thing. But at the same time, it didn't really personally bug me all that much. I mean, it was just odd and kind of strange, but it was okay. Like, with the introduction with Yuna and Sachi, like, they just kind of are there. They get in the story by just being there, and once you find them, they aren't. I don't know. Like I thought their introductions could have been done a little bit better. So, with that, what am I doing with the series moving forward? First of all, I'm going to do Bullet of Bullets, Grandmaster difficulty, first of all. I don't think I'm gonna. I did do the rank 8 defensive battle. I didn't do it on camera. I don't think I'm gonna record that because it's pretty much just fighting the tank again, with like probably the same level as the one that's in the dungeon. And then me possibly doing the special invitation quests. As long as I can bring Asuna, like as long as you can bring your own party members to do it yourself, then I probably will try to do them. But if they force you to do it solo or co-op, then I'm probably never gonna do them personally, because I just don't want to do anything online for this. As much as they pushed for it, this game being online and all that. So that's just a few things on the list. Otherwise, if there's like any other things that I think of going down the road, that I can think of doing, then I'll certainly record them. But as of right now, like, I'm not 100% sure what I'm gonna do next. I might just level grind to get to like max level or something before I record something else. So I know that I talked on quite a bit, but I wanted to put all of my final thoughts of this DLC kind of in its own video at the end of this. So if you've stuck with me throughout this project, thank you very much for watching, and whatever happens next, I hope you enjoy what I put up. I'm definitely going to make a video on whatever they add in the winter update. I'm not 100% sure what they are planning on doing for that, but when they do, I'm probably going to make a video on that. So without further ado, thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful day.